Hey guys, welcome back to another video in our electrical series. In this video, what I'd like to do is talk about what makes up a basic circuit. Now, you will be working with some more complicated circuits down the road, but in reality, if you take a basic circuit and you just kind of build onto it, you're going to have a more complicated circuit. It's all the same stuff. It's going to be switches, coils, lights, different little things that make up a more complicated circuit versus a more basic circuit. It's all the same stuff. So let's go ahead and jump right in. What makes up a basic circuit? Well, a basic circuit comes down to four different things. The first one going to be your power source. Second one, your load. And then you're going to have some sort of controlling device. And finally, a connector. So all those wires, we're going to call them a conductor. Those four things are what's going to make up a circuit. So let's go ahead and I'm going to draw this up on the board and we're going to talk about it a little bit more. So the first thing I want to talk about is going to be our power source. Now, it could be AC, it could be DC. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. I'm going to have 4 different videos talking about each one a little bit more in depth, but right now I just want to talk about the whole circuit. So like I said, one could be AC, one could be DC. We're going to go ahead and talk about DC power sources right now because they're the easiest to draw. Now, a DC power source will be a battery or something like that. It could come from an AC to DC converter, but we're just going to use a battery for now, not get too complicated here. So a DC power source is usually drawn with multiple lines to indicate that it is a battery. Each one of these lines, or every 2 lines, indicates a cell. So usually a battery will be multiple cells, and that's how it works. So one thing that you're going to point out is it's always going to start with a longer one and it's going to end with a shorter one. Typically, the longer ones are going to be our positive and the shorter ones will be our negative. They should be as correct, straight in line as possible, but it's a little bit hard to draw, especially as you're trying to talk. We're going to go ahead and do our conductors because I just like to connect everything as we go along. So a conductor will be connected to our power source. It's going to come over. It doesn't really matter how it turns and twists. We're just going to have it come over. And then it's going to go up into a load. Now, we're going to start off, we're going to talk about more of a resistive type circuits, and then we're going to use a lot of resistors. But anything can make up a load. And we're going to talk about this more here in a second, but for right now, I'm just going to draw a light. So the symbol for a light will just be a circle, and it will be an X through the middle of it. And we're going to have our wires going right up to it. Now, this doesn't indicate anything other than it is just a light. So we're going to come off that light, and we're going to go up and into a control device. Like I said, we're going to talk about this here in a second, but a control device usually be what's turning the power on or connecting the battery up to whatever the load is, or it will be disconnecting that. So let's go ahead and we will draw a line. Usually it's a black dot here, another one here, and then we're going to go back to our battery. So as you can see, this is a basic electrical circuit. We got our power source, we got our conductor, our wires here. All of this is conductor. Our load, which is going to be a light, and our controlling device, which is going to be a switch. It's pretty much always going to be a switch. It's just maybe a contact inside of a relay, depending on the circuit that you're working with. So I hope this video helped you guys. If you have any questions, please come let me know. But this is the basic circuit.